No, it wasn't that long of a day. Do you want me to let you go since you're sleeping?
No. No. I was looking forward to talking to you.
Oh, what about?
So I can hear your sexy voice.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So, I used to masturbate on the toilet too.
What?
I'm telling you some stuff about me. I said I used to masturbate at the toilet too.
When?
Actually, I did. Well, even when I was a kid, I did because it didn't make a mess, and I could just flush it. I did it for a long time.
What?
I did it for a long time, even right up until, I don't know, probably 10 years or so ago. Then I realized, it'd be a lot smarter if I used condoms, and I wouldn't have to stand at the toilet and do it wherever I want to do.
In the kitchen?
No, it's, I could do it in bed if I wanted to.
Well, can't you do it in bed without a condom?
Yeah, but then it'd be a mess. Then I'd have to clean up.
Yeah, but why use a condom? You can't feel anything.
Yeah, you can. You can feel the difference with a condom versus without one.
Well, yeah, I have to feel better without one. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, with a condom makes you come faster.
The condom makes you come faster?
Yeah.
How?
Just because of the feeling of it being on your cockhead. Like going back and forth and rubbing against the cockhead makes you come faster. Plus it squeezes it.
Wouldn't rubbing your cockhead without the condom feel better on your cockhead?
Wouldn't what? Say it again.
Say, rubbing your cockhead without a condom on your cockhead, wouldn't that feel better on your cockhead?
Without the condom?
Yeah.
No, it's with the condom. When
I'm saying, wouldn't it feel better without a condom? Wouldn't it make you come faster if you didn't have a condom on?
No, because with the condom on, it makes you feel like your cock is more in a pussy. Because it's actually touching something, rubbing against something.
Well, isn't it rubbing against your hand?
No. So when a guy jacks off, he's got a skin that strokes back and forth on his dick, and he doesn't have to touch his cockhead. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, wouldn't it feel more like a vagina if you didn't? I'm very confused.
No, it wouldn't feel more like a vagina because if the condom wasn't there, you wouldn't have any feeling against the cockhead.
Well, your hand.
Even your hand, you wouldn't have the feeling of your hand because your hand wouldn't be touching your cockhead. It'd be touching the
Why
shaft.
not?
Because your hand touches the shaft and strokes the shaft.
So then what does the condom do to your cockhead?
It puts a feeling against your cockhead so that when you stroke the shaft, it's more actually moving the condom itself too, even on the head of the cock. So you get feeling on the head of the cock too.
Is your dick that big that you can't reach your cockhead with your hand? Or your hand?
Yeah, not gonna stroke the cockhead
Why not?
because the cockhead is up top. When you're stroking the cock, you're just stroking the shaft.
Well, why not stroke your cockhead?
Because the cockhead is at the head of the cock. It's not the shaft. On the shaft is it's can't say loose because the skin's not loose, but it's got the skin has mobility on the shaft. On the cockhead, it doesn't. So you're not stroking the cockhead; it's just the shaft that you're stroking.
Well, I'm saying, why don't you stroke your cockhead?
Because you can't stroke the cockhead. Well, you can. You can rub it, but you're not stroking it though.
Well, then why don't you rub it?
Well, why do I need to do that?
Because it would save you from buying condoms.
Yeah, but it wouldn't save me from the mess.
You not have
And it feels better. It feels better with a condom on too, because it feels more like it's in a pussy.
How does it feel more like it's in a bussy?
Feels more like it's in a pussy because it's actually touching something. Do you see what I'm saying?
Because it's touching something.
Right.
Like you mean because the condom's touching it, that makes it feel like a bussy?
A buzzy. What's a buzzy?
What you're saying. That's how you keep saying pussy.
Pussy. Yeah, no, my speech wasn't that good for a minute. When the cockhead goes into a pussy, it's touching the walls of the pussy. And that's what it feels like with a condom on.
So a vagina feels like a latex condom?
No, vagina feels better.
Well, so as long as your cockhead is touching anything, is that make it feel like you're in a fuzzy?
I didn't mean to say buzzy. You can stop calling it buzzy. And no, it's just because the condom is up against the cockhead. That's why it feels more like it's in the pussy than without the condom. You see what I'm saying?
Well, now I'm curious what a pussy feels like, because if it feels like a condom, that's very weird.
No, it feels a lot better than a condom. It feels a lot better than a condom, and it's a different feeling than a condom. But with a condom, the condom is touching the cockhead, so it gives the condom gives it more feeling than there was no condom on. For the pussy, it feels there's no better feeling than a cock being in a pussy.
There's no better feeling in the world.
Not really. As in a physical feeling, no. But it also matters with the pussy too. I've had sex with some women that didn't even know the difference. Some women that they could tell the difference, that it was really nice.
They said what was really nice?
That the pussy was really nice.
They said their pussy was nice?
That the pussy felt really nice. And I've had sex with some women that the pussy, you couldn't even tell that it was inside of them.
You had sex with women and they couldn't tell the pussy was inside of them?
No, the cock was inside the pussy. I couldn't tell that my cock was inside some of the pussy because the pussy wasn't Every pussy is different. Does that make sense?
Repeat the whole thing. I was trying to close my windows because the stupid neighbor's dog.
Every pussy is different. I've had sex with some women that the pussy was very loose, and it was like I couldn't even tell that I had sex with them. That my cock had been inside the pussy.
Dick and like a huge gaping hole. You couldn't feel anything.
That's what some of it felt like. And some of them, you could tell that it was in there, and it was really nice feeling.
Okay.
Want me to give you an example?
Yeah.
Okay. Paula wasn't that good. I really couldn't even tell that I was inside of her. A woman named Carrie that Paula did not like, just because I had sex with her. She was really good.
What made her really good?
I could feel that I was inside of her. With Paula, I couldn't feel that I was inside of Paula.
At all?
Yeah, really, at all. I mean, that's
Like
how.
you were humping the air?
Basically, like I was humping warm air. Warm, wet air.
Warm air?
Warm, wet air. That's about the same feeling.
So like you were just like thrusting in the humidity of outside?
Pretty much. That was pretty much the feeling.
And then what did the good one feel like?
I could feel that I was inside her. There's completely different feelings. She was warm, she was wet, but I could actually feel that I was inside of her.
Was the sex with her good?
It was a lot better than it was with Paula. I had a lot of fun with Carrie. She was
more fun.
Really nice. Huh?
What made it more fun?
I don't know. We had a lot more fun. So we ended up on the floor.
I said, what made it more fun?
I think because with Carrie, I wasn't in love with Carrie. I didn't go through the crap that I went through with Paula. And after going through the crap I did with Paula, it made it not as much fun anyway.
But like what made the act more fun?
Because I could feel that I was inside of her. And I could tell that she could feel it.
But you didn't do like any different like positions or anything?
No.
Well, what positions?
Just me on top of her. Well, with me and Carrie, I was on top of her. Then we wound up on the edge of the bed, and then she wound upside down, and I was halfway off the bed, and then we wound up on the floor.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean you were halfway off the bed?
We were literally halfway off the bed. She kept
happened?
She kept moving. She kept moving as I kept going, and she kept moving sideways and then backwards, and she wound up halfway off the bed, and I wound up halfway off the bed, and she was upside down, and I was still halfway off the bed, and then we wound up on the floor.
Why didn't you guys just stop for a second and get back on the bed?
Because it was too much fun.
Why was it fun?
It was just because we were having too much fun. It was just what we were doing. It was too much fun. It was too much fun to stop.
Well, why was that like more fun than just being on the bed?
Because it wound up making us both laugh. We couldn't believe that we wound up off the bed.
And then you just fell to the floor?
Yep.
And then what? You
Then
stopped?
we got back up. Then we got back up on the bed and started going for it again.
What's the best sex you've ever had?
The best sex I ever had. I can say that was probably with Gretchen. She's the one that had lasted 2 hours with her, literally.
Or
Yeah, literally 2 hours straight.
how do you have sex for 2 hours? Sounds horrible.
It wasn't horrible. It was fun.
Well, what did you do for 2 hours?
Just had sex.
Well, I know. That's what you just said. I'm saying, what did you do for 2 hours?
We literally just had sex. That's all we did was fuck.
I know, but like, how? How for 2 hours? Like, what did you do?
I'd be on top of her, and she'd be on top of me. We switched positions. We'd do different positions.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like, what positions? Like, what did you do?
I'd be on top of her. I'd be over her. I'd have her legs in the air. She'd turn around and do a doggy style. And I'd lay down. She'd get on top of me. And she'd be facing me. Then she'd do it not facing me.
How did it take 2 hours?
Because I was able to maintain a hard-on for 2 hours that night.
Yeah, how?
I think it was because I was turned on by her, but I was partially turned off by her too. Because like a couple weekends before that, she had started hitting on me. Then a friend of mine came in that she knew, and she wound up sleeping with him that night instead of me, and that kind of turned me off. And so then a couple weeks later, when her and I did get together, I was half turned on and half turned off.
So the best sex you've ever had was with a woman that turned you off?
Yeah, it was the best sex physically.
So what, you just had like half a little boner?
Huh? No, I didn't have half a boner. I just the way that I felt because of what she did a couple weeks before. That turned me off. My feelings about the type of woman that she was turned me off.
Type of woman that she was, she hooked up with you.
To what?
So if she hooks up with you, it's fine. But if she hooks up with anyone else, that's a turn off.
No, it's the way that she did it. She started out hitting on me that night until my friend showed up, and she knew him. And
If he was better looking than you or something.
no, just she knew him. knew him, and I guess she wanted to sleep with him before. He had told me about it after, that she'd always wanted to sleep with him, and then he didn't know that she was hitting on me before he came in, till I told him. Did I what?
Did you cry when you found out?
No, I wound up sleeping with someone else that night. And the night there, and I did sleep together. She had a friend with her, another friend of mine. She asked me if I could find a friend for her friend, and I said yeah. And then there was another friend of mine there, and he wound up sleeping with her friend. We went over to his dorm, and his neighbor wasn't in the dorm room, wasn't there. I guess was on leave or something, but he wasn't there, and they had adjoining rooms with a bathroom in between, just like a hotel room. There's 2 dorm rooms with a bathroom in between. And so me and Gretchen went over to his neighbor's room while him and Gretchen's friend stayed right in his room. I'll tell you something that you wanted me to tell you that I've never told anybody. Even up to this day, I've never told anybody. Nobody from Church of God, and I mean literally nobody.